to the E to the K. Nah, nah, nah. Kekay.
See me see every time I want to do. Don't miss any time when you gotta
yeah.
Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited to be back at you again today with another video. Today's video is going to be like a first impression slash demo of some Real Techniques sponges that I picked up recently, and these are them here. Real Techniques recently came out with these 3 sponges that they've added to their family. If you've watched any of my other videos, you know that I already use the Miracle Complexion sponge, and I absolutely love this sponge. I love it. I don't reach for any of my other sponges. I always reach for this bad boy here. So my love for Real Techniques, no be today. I've been loving them long time, so of course I had to pick up all 3 sponges. So today I'm going to use the sponges to apply my base, and I'll come back and let you know how I feel about them, if they live up to what they're expected to do, you know, and if I think they're worth it. I'm just going to show you the sponges real quick and then let you know, just read off the bat what they're supposed to do. So the first one here is the Miracle Sculpting sponge, which has quite a funny shape to it. It's the most interesting looking of the 3 sponges, and according to what is written on the back of the packaging here, it is designed to help create shadows or highlights to your facial features, and you can use the sponge damp for a dewy glow or dry for a full coverage look. It's ideal for powders, creams and liquids, and it's advised to be replaced every 1 to 3 months. So basically this sponge is meant to serve you for highlighting and contouring. So I'll put that to the test in the video and come back and let you know what I think about the sponge. And the next one here is their mini Miracle eraser sponges, which comes in a duo, 2 in a pack. According to the instructions on the back, it says that from flaking, mascara to eyeshadow fallout, these little miracles help to sweep away your makeup mishaps. You can use damp to blend away harsh lines, or dry to pick up makeup fallout on the skin. It's advised to be replaced every 1 to 3 months. So again, these are sponges that you can use wet or dry. I shall put this to the test and let you know what I think about it. But like, just looking at it straight off, it reminds me of a mini version of what this looks like because of the shape, but also reminds me of the mini beauty blender sponges. I don't own those ones, but I'm feeling like the tip of the sponge here I can use to blend out my highlight, and it's the perfect shape enough and size enough that it will fit under the eye. So I'll test it out and, you know, of course come back and let you know. And then the last one here, which is the bad boy in the bunch, is the Real Techniques Bold Metals Collection Miracle Diamond sponge. This is meant to be the all-in-one sponge. It is meant to be the one that you can use to do a whole face. And on the back here it just says it's a multifaceted sponge designed to work with multiple products on different areas of your face. No 2 sponges are alike. Each sponge that they've manufactured has its own unique swirl design on it, which is pretty cool. It's a nice little bit of detail, knowing that no other person's got the exact same sponge as you do. It's apparently been shaped after a 900 carat diamond, so I suppose this is my 900 carat diamond. And yeah, again, it can be used wet or dry. I tend to use my sponges wet anyway, so I will be using this wet for my foundation. It's also got 13 facets, basically 13 faces to it because of the shape of it. Those are the 3 sponges. I'm just gonna get myself ready for doing my face. I'm going to moisturize and prime my face off camera. I'm gonna come back and we're gonna get into putting our foundation on and see how the sponges perform for us. Alright folks, I'll be back in a minute. See you in a bit.
King of the city cause I wear that gold crown. So give it up for bad man, better than Batman. I didn't impress these dogs and kill these cats, man. Rats, man, these other guys are rats, man. When I get on stage, all they do is clap, man.
So make you join me in my Bugatti. Join me in my Bugatti. Only you in my Bugatti. Only you in my Bugatti. See my gypsy girl, something to myself. She wants water. He be mad in my place. She looking at my eye order. He wants water. She be moving so quick. You never
see her coming.
She wants to wonder.
She had me ever. That's what me say.
She's like the baddest girl me I ever seen. Something like a queen. She your number one lover, hot and cold. You be begging her, please, no. If you tell me on, I'll take you on, then I'll put you on, girl, girl. Feel me now, the thing that you wanting, I got it all, girl. You see me falling, fall from my sky. Panties are dropping, throwing the towel. She's a professional. I think I'm lost in love. Like we came strong together. She got a strong desire. Up to the morning after. Now she's moving on.
She my gypsy girl, something to myself.
She wants to wonder.
He be mad in my place. She looking at my eye order.
He wants to wonder.
She be moving so quick, you never see her coming.
She wants to wonder.
She had me ever. That's what me say.
She wants to wonder.
See my gypsy girl, she's something to myself.
She wants to wonder.
She be mad in my place. She looking at my eye order.
He wants to wonder.
She be moving so quick, you never see her coming.
She wants to wonder.
She had me ever. That's what me say. She wants to wonder. Bad man. Na na na.
Kekay.
Youngbodzy.
Buds, baby.
I see her.
Vkillz.
Oh, 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 oh,
Yeah. K to the E to the K.
na na na.
Kekay.
Boss, if you see every time what to do, don't miss any time when you gotta get me
Yeah.
She wants to wonder. See my gypsy girl, something to myself.
She wants to wonder.
She be mad in my place. She looking at my eye order.
He wants to wonder.
She be moving so quick, you never see.
Okay guys, so I finished off all of my face off camera, and now I'm just letting you guys know what impressions I've had from using the sponges. First one is the Miracle Diamond sponge. I absolutely love this sponge. I think this is going to be my new favorite sponge for applying my foundation. First off, I'm really pleased that it came back off really clean, because I went off to clean the sponges as well once I was done. It's back being as white as snow, as though I never used it, and that was the one thing I was really worried about, particularly with this one, being that the sponge is white. As far as the functionality of it, it's absolutely brilliant. Once the sponge is wet, it expands, so I found that it was easy for me to cover a large surface area on my face using this sponge with my foundation. The other thing is, it's so soft. Look at that, it's so soft once it's wet. So I didn't feel like, you know, there was anything on my face. There wasn't any tugging or roughness, and, you know, like I didn't feel any coarseness on my face, on my skin. It felt really soft, really fluffy, almost like I was just rubbing my face with cotton candy or something. That was how nice it felt. The tip of the sponge, I tried to use that for spot correcting. I found the tip to be quite a useless part of the sponge, to be honest, because it's got no firmness to it. It's so soft. So when I went in with my concealer to spot correct, I didn't, you know, I wasn't able to get the tip to do anything effectively for me, because the moment it touched my skin, it just went like that. Do you know what I mean? So I couldn't get it to really do anything for me. But the flat end of this sponge is absolutely brilliant. It got in all over the face and got the job done really quickly, really well. As far as cons go, I don't really have anything negative to say about it. I mean, if you've got a flawless skin, like if you've not got troubled skin like I do, you will get away with using the sides of the sponge for like a lighter application of foundation on your face. But because I've got a lot of hyperpigmentation and I prefer a fuller coverage, I'm very happy with using this side of the sponge, and it does a great job for me. So this I'm very happy with. The next one is the little mini eraser sponge. From the footage you'll notice that I used this sponge for blending out my concealer under my eye, and it worked absolutely great for that. One is the perfect size to fit right in your right between your fingers, and it also covers the right amount of surface area under the eyes to blend out your under eye concealer or highlighting concealer. I think it's absolutely fantastic. The other thing I used this sponge for was the flat end, and I used that end of the sponge to bake my under eye area. And this sponge worked fantastic for that. It picked up the right amount of powder and it fit just right under the eyes. The other advantage I think this sponge has is the flat tip on it over here. It made it so, the flat tip here, so perfect to fit right under the lash line. So I was able to pick up the powder and push it right close under the eye, where sometimes I struggled to do that with this sponge. I found sometimes using this one to bake, I couldn't get it right under the lash line, but I didn't have that trouble with this one. So I think for functionality, this is absolutely brilliant. Price point as well is absolutely brilliant. They cost $5.99. I was able to get it on a buy one get one half price offer, so I mean you can't knock that for price point. So yeah, I love this. Right, for the Miracle Sculpting sponge, it's my least favorite. I tried to use the highlighting end of it to blend up my highlight concealer, and for one, the convenience of it fitting in my hand was off, and then the other thing was it just wasn't doing enough blending for me. It wasn't doing a good enough job blending out the concealer. It could be because, you know, the inconvenience in holding the sponge could have been the reason why. I don't know, but I didn't like the way it was blending out my concealer, or how the concealer was looking blending up with this end of it. But then I flipped the sponge over and used the flat end for my contour. For that purpose, I think this is good. What I had to do though was tilt the sponge on its side so that it could fit right in the crook of my cheekbones and, you know, blend out my concealer and push it upwards. For that purpose, this sponge I think is absolutely fantastic. If you were to use it flat against your face, I think it might be not a good idea, because it will cover more surface area and your contour might come off looking quite muddy, which is not the look that you want to go for. The other thing I think this sponge will be good for, that I didn't use it for though, is the flat end on the highlighting bit will be great for applying your cream highlighter, because it sits right perfectly on the high points of the cheekbones. So it will be great for applying a cream highlighter if you use a cream highlighter, and you can use it dry with powder as well. So I think it will be good for applying powder highlight, because it will fit just, you know, perfect right on the high points of the cheekbone. I just think of all the three sponges, this is one sponge that we can all absolutely do without. Is it worth spending that $5.99 for this sponge? No. Is the function of the sponge something you can't get from another sponge? Absolutely not. Everything that this sponge is meant to do for you, you can do with your regular sponge that you already have. So this would be one sponge that I would say to you, completely miss it. You can do without this one. But otherwise, I'd recommend this too for like the everyday woman who is not practical with her makeup application and the tools that she uses for her makeup. I think that you're better off not getting any of this, to be honest, because everything that all of these three sponges are meant to do for you, just getting the Miracle Complexion sponge alone will do everything. The flat end will blend out your foundation. The pointed tip you can use to blend out your highlight concealer. The side of the sponge, you can pinch it, use it to blend out your contour. So there's nothing that these three sponges are meant to do for you that you cannot get from using the Miracle Complexion sponge, or even the Beauty Blender sponge if that's what you use. But of course, if you're a makeup fanatic like myself, and you just want to own it just so you own it, then absolutely go for it. There's no reason why. I think this is actually a really pretty sponge, and it would look absolutely fantastic just sitting on your vanity. You know, even if you don't use it, it will be a beautiful accessory on your vanity. So I think I've covered all of it. If you have any questions at all whatsoever, please don't hesitate to leave your questions in the comment section below for me. I will more than happily answer any questions that you might have. I hope that this video was helpful to someone out there, as far as, you know, wanting to decide whether or not they want to get it, or if they're just interested in the sponges and their performances. This is my first impression, you know, experience with the sponges. I will of course continue to use them, and you will see them in my future videos. So if there is anyone interested in like a updated review, or like an update on my thoughts and impression on the sponges, then please don't hesitate to hit me up. I'm, you know, more than happy to come back and let you guys know how the sponges are still working for me. So yes, that is it from me today, guys. As always, I hope that you enjoy. If it's your first time here, please don't hesitate to hit the subscribe button before you leave. I would absolutely love for you to come back, check me out again. And if you are not new here, you already know how much I really do appreciate every single one of you who come back week after week after week to come and check upon me and see what's new on my channel. So thank you so much, guys. As always, I'm gonna sign out like I always do. You guys already know. Be good, stay safe, take care of yourselves, and I cannot wait to catch you in my next video. So thank you so much for watching. Bye.